the chemical properties we had been discussing about. The first chemical property of metals and non-metals we discussed was reaction of metals and non-metals with oxygen. And again, I had to answer few of your questions. One is, what is the difference between sulfurous acid and sulfuric acid? Sulfurous acid is when sulfur is burnt, the sulfur dioxide gas is released. The sulfur dioxide gas, if it is dissolved in water, we get sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid, the molecular formula is H2SO3. That is sulfurous acid. And sulfuric acid is H2SO4. That is the difference. And will copper get rusted? Yes, copper also gets rusted. There is a layer of green colored, pale green colored layer formed on copper utensils or copper substances if it is prone to moisture for a long time. That's all about it. And we are going to discuss another property of metals and non-metals. So the other property is reaction of metals and non-metals with water. How do metals and non-metals react with water? So if I speak about metals and then about non-metals, first let me speak about non-metals and then we will speak about metals. Okay, because non-metals, it is very easy to remember. I will tell you one example. All of you who are listening to the video, listen to my instructions and follow my instructions carefully for another 10 seconds. That will help you in a very great way. Okay, listen to me and follow what I'm telling. All of you, close your eyes. Whoever is watching my video, close your eyes for just for 10 seconds and do what I say. Don't think about a white elephant. I'm repeating, don't think about white elephant. Students, don't think about a white elephant. Yeah. Now open your eyes and just tell me in the chat, how many of you really thought about a white elephant? I'm sure that all of you would have thought, because the negative information is to tell the brain that not to work or not to process that information, but still our brain will process that information very quick. So I am discussing about the reaction of non-metals with water first. Non-metals will not react with water. So the non-metals, they do not react with water. So there are some non-metals which are highly reactive with the atmospheric oxygen. For example, phosphorus. Phosphorus is very reactive when exposed to the atmospheric oxygen. They immediately catch fire. So the phosphorus is usually stored in water. Why it is stored in water? Because to avoid its direct contact with the atmospheric oxygen. Am I clear with that? Now, coming back to metals. Though we always say that we should be affirmative, not negative, we always tend to learn negative things quite fast. So that is why I explained non-metals first. Now I'll explain metals. So metals will react with water. Maybe some metals react with water slowly, some metals react with water very quickly. So for example, if I will take sodium as an example, I don't know whether you have seen sodium or not. I don't know whether you have observed the reaction of sodium with water or not. Sodium is just a pale yellowish in color. It is very soft metal, as we had discussed earlier in the physical properties. Sodium and potassium are the two soft metals. Sodium is stored under kerosene. Why it is stored under kerosene? Because if it is exposed to atmospheric atmosphere, the moisture present in the atmosphere will be enough for the sodium to react, because sodium is highly reactive. Okay, sodium is highly reactive element, highly reactive metal, I should say. So when a small piece of sodium, very small piece of sodium, when it is put in water, it will just react with water vigorously, giving a hissing sound, and a gas is also liberated. Okay, so in that reaction, the sodium hydroxide is formed. Sodium combines with water to form sodium hydroxide. So It is very highly reactive, and it will react with the water vigorously. But not all the metals will react with water vigorously. Some metals may react slowly, some metals may react quickly. For example, if I take iron, iron will not react with water very quickly. Iron takes a lot of time. Correct? Rusting of iron will not take place over a night. It takes a lot of time, right? So this is all about reaction of metals and non-metals with water. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the WhatsApp chat.